Brian Tracy once rightly said, develop a mentor at each stage of your career, someone who will give you guidance and advice. Understanding the present complex scenario with many career options available, Didi Shillong couldn't agree more with Brian Tracy and brings you back-to-back episodes on career guidance. Hello viewers, I welcome you back in today's episode on career guidance. I am delighted to be here at Mount Olive Culinary Art and Hospitality Management Shillong, an institute known for its hospitality beyond borders and a training academy with hospitality services. MOCAM is here with an objective to create the creative minds to become leaders and, more importantly, a place where learner can express their creativity confidently with a smile. To know more about the institute, we have with us the Managing Director of MOCAM, Sir Sunny Maulong. Well, Sir Sunny Maulong, I welcome you in today's episode on Career Guidance. I am very delighted to be sharing this space with you, and I'm sure this episode will pave way to many aspiring youth.
Thank you so much. Pleasure being here.
Well, sir, before we get into the hardcore academics about your institute, it would be an immense pleasure to know more about you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for me to be here. And just to give a little bit of the background of where I come from, I've done my master's in economics and business management and carries a lot of experience working in the corporate world and also taught in a college. So coming from that background, of spending a lot of time in academics as well as on training in different parts of the country, in 2014, we decided to come and help the people of this land. And on that note, we started with trainings in soft skills, and that's where I chip in helping and educating people in various aspects of soft skills, delivering trainings to various schools, institutions, colleges, private sectors, and even to the government. And later what we realize is there is a need in our community, even in preparing our students or our young minds for various entrances and competitive exams. Then from soft skills, I went on switching gear to also help students in various competitive exams and also for various entrances. And on that note, coming from that background, we realized there is a gap that we would like to see our students not only enrich as far as knowledge is concerned, but what we realize the gap is on skill development, because that is the need of the hour, and that's something that our young minds can get into some employability aspects. So what we thought was come up with a program or a degree where it's not just about knowledge, but then it's also about skills, and skills that there is a demand in the market. So with that background, we're here setting up with a team of a management team from Bangalore and from Guwahati, as well as from Shillong, coming like-minded people together, and that's where the journey began in helping our young minds. Our sole purpose is to tap in the potential of young minds that is in our states and in particular, and also the Northeastern in general.
Well, that's quite interesting journey, transforming life.
Absolutely.
And to begin with, sir, talking about specifically about MOCAM, can you elaborate on the courses available here?
Right. So, in short, Mount Olive Culinary and Hospitality Management originated with the concept of a blue ocean strategy. What do we mean by blue ocean strategy is because we see there are a lot of educations in and around the city which is in the red ocean, where there are, red ocean means there are many people doing similar kind of activities. And looking at the gap, we realize the blue ocean is to help our students more with skills. And we couldn't come closer to culinary arts, because when we talk about culinary arts, we see the state of Meghalaya has so much potential as far as tourism is concerned. And lately, we have a lot of hotels coming up. We even have premium hotels coming up to Shillong. We have got restaurants, we've got homestays, and you can name it, best cuisines that are available. But what we lack is human resources. What we lack is human capitals. And we thought that if our young people can be equipped and trained, they can plug in to these various avenues and opportunities that's available for them. So on that note, we thought that this is the best blue ocean strategy for us to go and dive in areas where we see the gap and at the same time realizes that it's going to be an immense potential for our young people to plug in. So that's how MOCAM came into picture. We started this program with a mindset that we will develop our young minds, our students in the field of culinary arts. But not only culinary arts, then what we realize is, as a community, we also love to bake. And you know what, we all can bake, but very few of us are certified in baking as well. So what we realize, hey, what about giving an opportunity for these people to be certified bakers as well? So we started bakery programs as well with the intention, we have got big dreams, and we say, why not Meghalaya can be a baking hub for the country, or a baking model for the rest of India. We have that potential. So we started culinary arts, we've started with bakery, and also we've started with aviation and also tourism. So these are some of the key programs that we run: a degree program, we run advanced diploma program, and we also run a diploma program in all these that I've mentioned. On top of that, we also realize that giving opportunity for working people, giving opportunity for students who are also doing different other courses in the city. So we've started with these short-term courses where they can do, at the in the afternoon, or they can do over weekends. We've got lots of short programs as well. For example, we have cookery and bakery programs. We've got, we've got on event management. We've also got on what we call it mixologies, or in bartending. So these are small programs that we have taken up. Also, we are also so open into customizing program based on the needs. So based on needs, we design different programs that can meet the need of a community. It can be 1 month, 2 months, and 3 months. Now, as far as the program is concerned, we are also one of its kind where a student can, upgrade their course, or at any time exit the course. In the sense, we have the new education policy that the country has come up with, and our state soon will implement the new education policy. One of the pieces of new education policy is the entry and exit format. Like, for example, one of our students who have joined the degree program for 3 years, but unfortunately, in the first year, on the second semester, she's not keeping well. Health could not support her to do 3 years, and the parents and local guardians were very disappointed that she has to quit the course. And he said, hey, you don't have to quit the course. Why don't you just complete the first year and get your diploma? In that way, we're able to even reduce the dropouts, which is very much prevalent in our community. So in that way, with the, if a student feel like I cannot go on to 3 years because of health reason, because of financial reason, or it can even be because suddenly I lost the interest, they can exit with a diploma. And the same vice versa goes to people who've joined in for diploma and they love the program. They say, sir, I just tried with diploma. You can upscale to advanced diploma, and the same thing, you can do your degree as well. So that opportunity is available. And of course, our program is completely very vocational. So with just 30% of theoretical, but 70% is very much practical. So they are more of skill-based, hands-on experience, and They get to serve in the industry itself. And our first year students, in fact, after 6 months, they are on internship already, on 6 months in some of the reputed hotels in our city, and earning their internship scholarship as well. So which is a good opportunity. And you know what, with their internship, once they finish internship, within 1 year, they can easily be tapped into those hotels that they already doing their internship. So that's just a little overview, of what courses that we are giving in Mount Olive.
That's quite, an achievement as an institute. And also, sir, can you just brief us about who can join these courses after, after accomplishing a certain degree or a 10+2 class 10? Can you elaborate on that?
You see, as far as skill is concerned, age is no limit. There's a saying that goes that learning starts from the cradle and ends in the grave. And that is something unique about MOCAM, that age is not a factor at all to learn here. And for example, in our short-term courses, you believe it or not, we have students who have just appeared their 10 matriculation exams, waiting for results, doing this course, and their batchmate are people who's already doing a catering business and wants to upgrade their skills. You can say their age is twice these kids, but learning together these skills. So as far as age is concerned, there is no age factor. And then as far as education is concerned, for our short-term courses, you can even be class 9, class 10, and you can be dropouts, you can be a working person, you can even be a housewife, 40, 50 years of age. It's not a problem. And also, when it comes to degree and diplomas, advanced diploma, we are tied up with the United Kingdom, some of the certification body, and they don't have age limit. It's not like in India you'll have to do your diploma degree within a certain age, because the placement factor is there. But there are many people who, it's not because I want to be placed, but I have a restaurant or I have a bakery business, and I just want to be certified when I'm already 45. This is the place, because the United Kingdom certification has no problem with age. So we are able to give you the certificate that you've qualified or you finished your diploma. So as far as degree or eligibility is concerned, we're okay. You're 9, 10 for short term. But then yes, for your degree programs, you'll have to be at least a standard 12 pass.
I like the fact that you mentioned that age is not a factor. Now, when you talk about the career opportunities, is it the same for someone who have just joined a crash course or say a short-term courses, and for the one who have joined for a full-time academic courses?
Yes. So as far as placement is concerned, in fact, we are not able to meet the demand even in our city. We've got lots of calls from cafes, restaurants, startups. They're looking for people, and then we say, hey guys, we just very new. The students are still undergoing programs. So we have not seen much of age as a factor even for people who wants to place these people, because they need people who are skilled. They need people who knows the product. So as far as placement in big 5-star hotels outside, then these young people in their 20s, they're the best people to go, or late teenagers. But for people who are slightly older, there's no problem. You can even get placed within the city itself. Right now, even there are lots of bakers that are startups in bakery, and we get calls from them, hey, can you give people who at least know bakery? Now there's no age for bakery. You can go, because they need people who are skilled. Now when you talk about housekeeping, these hoteliers, they don't mind. I mean, we're talking about so many small hotels we have in Shillong. You just do a 1-month housekeeping programs. It doesn't matter, as long as you know how to keep their hotel clean. They don't mind your age, right, to do housekeeping. So in that way, there is ample opportunities for our people to get placed in the hotel industry, and also to get placed in these private startups or private enterprises where they can just get plugged in because they have the skill. And once you have the skill, I don't think so that you will not be able to fish for bread.
And also, I understand the fact that how do you actually train your students to be professionally before they step out into the world of competition? Differentiate, the academics teaching and, the ones that start working outside.
That's a beautiful question. We realize that even in hotel management, sometimes it can be very academic. And one of the challenges that we see with student getting placed is, hey, you are a fresher. And for a fresher, they pay them peanuts. And that's a sad state of affair. So what we have decided is we want to, start in the hotel, in the college itself, our own training hotels. So we have training hotels where real guests come and check in, and these students, even as they are learning, they serve real guests. Then we have banquet hall, and in this banquet hall, there are real life parties going on, and these students get to serve a real banquet, the real events. And we also have a cloud kitchen. We do caterings where the students get involved in prepping the food with the chefs and the teachers. In that way, they get orders. So it's completely a hands-on activities. And what we've decided is also we give them stipends. So this concept of earn while you learn itself can motivate these guys. And when you do it in practical, when you really serve real guests, it's a different ball game altogether, and you learn to work under pressure. You learn team building. You learn that it's not easy to please the guests. You learn resistance. You learn perseverance. You learn never to give up. And when you finish the course from MOCAM, we also certify that you are not a fresher, but you've got work experience. And you get a work experience because you work in these training hotels of MOCAM, you work in training restaurant and cafe of MOCAM. So in that way, there's a lot of value weightage to a student who pass out from here, and he doesn't go out in the market as a fresher, but he's better off than a fresher, and he or she gets a salary more than a fresher. So these are some of the things that we've arranged for our students so that they have a hands-on experience right from the first semester.
That's quite an exposure for your students here at MOCAM. And also, as you mentioned about the cafeteria, about the hotels, can you elaborate on how well equipped is your institute?
Right now, we have 9 rooms called training rooms. They are luxury rooms, and we've got good clients coming to these training hotels that we have. And then, so that is one place where our housekeeping departments chip in. And then we also have an in-house dining. So these guests, we serve them breakfast, we serve them lunch, we serve them dinner, and the menu is multi-cuisines. So this menu is prepared with the help of chefs and from the kitchen department. These students get involved there, so that they get trained in kitchen department, they get trained in housekeeping department, and then because they're serving these real guests, they get trained also in the food and beverage department as well. So that is one key piece, and we get a lot of orders as far as cakes and in the bakery department as well. So even in bakery, these are the students with the help of the teachers prepare cakes, muffins, in the confectionery departments. So in that way, there's a lot of exposure. And I came to know that some of our students have started to take private orders, for their family and friends as well. So that's a good sign,
Right. And also talking about your students here at MOCAM, do you have other facilities available?
Yes, as far as facilities is concerned, we have a training floor where it's residential. So we also realize that there are students who comes from faraway places, and accommodation can be a challenge even if you come for a short-term course. Let's say you are from a different district or from a different state. one issue is always getting a place to stay. So one of the facilities that we provide our students is also that you can stay in Mukam and also study here. So that is one big facilities that we provide for the student. And apart from that, of course, the opportunities are unlimited, because as we mentioned about the programs, we also have a team that helps them. Let's say now the student doesn't want to work in India. The student wants to work overseas. So to work overseas, one of the exams is on English proficiency test, IELTS. So we have tied up with an Australian-based company where these students who wants to work in cruise line, who wants to work overseas, they can be trained here and prep themselves for the English proficiency certifications, you know. So that piece is taken care of. We also have experts who comes and help them with personality development. We also have team of experts that helps them in interviewing skills. So it's not just you're learning, you know, in culinary arts, but also giving them ample opportunities to catch up and prep yourself in areas where you want to excel. Having said that, we also get requests from students. Let's say, for example, we don't have chocolates in the syllabus given by the university, but the student wants to learn chocolates. So we even arrange different workshops and sessions for our students to learn chocolates. And now we're coming up, some of our students say, sir, we want to learn with Indian sweets, halwas. So now our experts are coming from Delhi next week to train our students out of the syllabus, you know, because they feel they showed interest and they're interested. We're ready to arrange workshops for them to get trained that is not even included in the syllabus. So these are some of the add-on things that we give here in Mukam that may not be easily available elsewhere.
And do you also provide any sort of assistance or scholarship for students?
Yes, so what we do as of now, we don't have much of support because we are a new entity from the government. So what we do is for the state of Meghalaya, we immediately give 50,000 scholarship from the fees that is set by the company. Immediately the student of Meghalaya get 50,000, and then we also have opportunities if there are students who may be academically very bright, there's another 50,000, and there are different modes of payment. So it can go up to 1 lakh only as far as scholarship is concerned. Then also we have these options. Now we have some of our students who are applying for bank loans to study here. So we say, okay, go apply bank loans. So they go and apply bank. Most of them get the bank loans. But then if you don't get bank loans, so we talk with the parents on agreement, you know, what is the best mode you can. So we even give the opportunity to divide the fees into monthly EMI, whether you want a 5 years period, a 3 years period, with 0% interest, where, you know, parents feel, okay, now I don't have to pay interest, but then on agreement, I am paying an EMI to the college itself. However, because after 3 or 4 months of your classes here, you get to practice hands-on, where you get your scholarship, and on an average we see a student earns around about 7,000 certain months. So a student can even start paying their own EMI even as they're learning in the first semester itself. So this is a good opportunity. It's not just a scholarship, but they also get stipend as a student.
Right, that's interesting. And also, do you help, you know, the students if they want to start up their own venture after completing the studies?
Yes, so you see, a startup, you need a lot of information, and we don't encourage our students that you need to only work for hotels and private enterprises. You can even come up with your own startup, and we are also very much in line with the vision of the state of Meghalaya, the government of Meghalaya, wanting to raise up many entrepreneurs and not to just tap into various, you know, established organizations. So, and of course, our team of experts has done a lot of R&D in setting up, you know, Mukam. We have experts who we know companies that gives machineries, from where do you get various materials. So we also do a hand holding on incubation for our students who wants to do their startup. We help them design budgeting, we help them design your business proposal, and we even help them purchasing, procuring the raw materials. So all those add-on are also given to students who don't want to work in any establishments or organization, but who wants to have their own startup. So we act as mentor, coaches, and willing to handhold them, till a certain point where they are on their own. So that is something that we look forward to see more entrepreneurs coming up from these from our students.
And apart from academics, do you also organize any extracurricular activities for the students?
Yes, we are planning to do a lot more with that. We, since we are still a new entity, we giving them exposure to meet various guests. We've just done one of the programs that we did was we invited the first runners-up in MasterChef India. So she came, and it was more of a motivational talk, come and inspire the students. So we had that program a few months ago. We also extracurricular in terms of we're planning to set up with various clubs. One of them is on the environment awareness. So during the World Environment, we got our students, to just ensure that cleanliness is very important. We play a part as much as we can on cleanliness, on how do you use your waste management, how to make a plastic-free environment. So these are small things that we're doing, but because we wanted to, first thing we want to start on the National Service Scheme that we call the NSS as the extracurricular. But one of the criteria is we need to have a certain number of students. So once we reach that number, so we would like to see our students plug into the National Service Scheme. And of course, there'll be many other curriculum like leadership development, entrepreneurship programs. We will also have a lot more on waste management. So these are coming up.
And can you share any of the success stories as an institute?
Yes, success stories. We're just very, very young, but surprisingly, on the 5th month, we've got our diploma students for the interview with Taj Vivanta and also with one of the reputed hotels in Shillong. So these students goes as intern, just 5 months of sessions here, and they're already doing very well there. Usually, for interns, the payment is, on an average, 1,000 to 1,500. And we've already prepared them mentally that, hey, if you get 1,000 to 1,500, it's not about the money, but it's about the learning that you have. And surprisingly, even as interns, they are getting paid of 5,000, and 5,000 as internship for a student is quite a big amount because you're not working there, and I'm sure they will be placed immediately once they do finish the interns. I'm talking about diploma students. We're just excited to see that our local students, and the best part is they are not just students from the urban crowd. Yes. We are happy, especially our students that are already in internship, most of them are from the rural sector. And so getting these students from, we have got students from various villages who have come. And these are the guys who are working there. So that is another add-on, yes, that we're not just able to place students from the city, but able to place students from the village as well. So these are some of the success stories that we have achieved. We are not even 1 year now, we're just 6 months. But in 6 months, these are something that we cherish.
So, and that's quite, as I mentioned, is an achievement at a very initial stage and many milestones. All the very best to your institute. Well, so to wind up, if there's any message that you want to share with the viewers?
Yes, I would like to encourage that let's not have a fixed mindset. Because a fixed mindset, we will never be able to move forward. I would want to encourage everyone watching this program is to have a growth mindset. A growth mindset always says, I'm not there yet. A growth mindset wants to develop. A growth mindset always don't compare themselves with others. But a growth mindset always compare themselves with their yesterday. So that is the message I want to give to the viewers that once you have a growth mindset, then negativity just fades off. They just disappear. They just fade away, and nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. And when we talk about employment and unemployment problem in the state, we can all be employed. We just need to address our employability skills. And with a growth mindset and investing on our employability skills, working not only on knowledge, skills, attitude, these are the key pieces that we can always achieve greater heights, and nothing is impossible.
Well, sir, I completely agree with you that we all need to have a mindset. Thank you very much, sir, for sparing your valuable time despite your busy schedule. I'm sure this episode will pave way to many creative minds out there.
Thank you so much. A pleasure being here.
Well, viewers, we have come to the end of today's episode. We'll be meeting again on the next episode on career guidance, winding the session with a quote by Kurt Kinsel, which says, "Service comes from the manual, hospitality comes from the heart." Till then, keep watching Doordarshan Camera Shillong.